Horror Lies.
Hey guys, Rob from Georgia here with you. I'm your Wednesday evening host here at BodyBags. It is week 392. It is random week, man. It is the beginning of a new month, man, and we got a label week coming up next week, 88 films. That's something to look forward to. But again, it is random week, and I bring you another film never reviewed on BodyBags. John Carpenter's dystopian epic masterpiece we all know and love and adore is Escape from New York from 1981, and the cast is so freaking phenomenal in this movie, man. Beginning with Kurt Russell and Lee Van Cleef. You guys know, man, the deal. Ernest Borgnine, Issac, Harry Dean Stanton, Adrienne Barbeau, Donald Pleasence, Tom Atkins. It goes on, man. The hands that were in this film is unfreaking real, and I'll just bring the one out that you might not even know about. On visual effects, James Cameron was still working at an early stage of his what would be really fruitful career. But of course, John wrote, directed, composed, but he had a little help with our favorite shape, Nick Castle, and of course Alan Howarth with the composition. Deborah Hill has her name on here as producer. We all know and love and adore her and her work with him. Dean Cundy, of course, on the cinematography is freaking outstanding as always. Todd C. Ramsey on the editing, outstanding as always. A lot of these guys worked on the thing too, which is awesome. Roy Arbogast from Jaws early on and all the way up through, man, on the special effects on this movie. And Larry Franco, man, second unit guy, man. I did not know that he was a second unit guy on Apocalypse Now, which is pretty freaking cool. But Escape from New York, man. Maybe John Carpenter's preface to his apocalyptic trilogy. If you really think about a lot of what he's trying to say, whether in Assault and even in terms of urban, the city, and even in the suburbs with Halloween, in terms of these things just aren't safe anymore for us, not even in the suburbs. But then, man, it's like the grand scale effect of those thoughts are painted on a beautiful landscape that is Escape from New York. And John's anti-authoritarianism and his mistrust of government, of society, of where this country is headed could not have been more well said as a preface to his apocalyptic trilogy than in this movie and this movie alone, man. This movie goes back to my childhood, renting it on VHS, maybe even seeing it on HBO. I can't remember exactly. I just know that poster is so freaking iconic. It's unfreaking real. The level of impact, his character, man, Snake Plissken, just his character. Who didn't want to be Snake Plissken when you were a kid watching him? Of course, Kurt Russell, man, it's like he was born to play that freaking role. The movie, man, we've all seen it. I can't imagine there's anyone out there that's never seen the original Escape, but just in case, it's again it is a dystopian future. It is a country, the United States, that is a police state. They have turned Manhattan into a federal security maximum prison where they throw on the unwanted. And Kurt Russell, who plays Snake Plissken, he was, of course, a decorated war veteran from the war with Russia. Of course, we're World War III, and we're in the sort of the cold post period of that, which is still sort of just waiting to be hot again. We have he's caught for robbing the Federal Reserve, and as punishment, he's going to be, even though he's a decorated war hero, he's going to be thrown into this prison. But before they can throw him in there, we have our reason to go into this city. Right, our president in Donald Pleasence is on his way to a conference. His plane is hijacked by terrorists, crashed into the city. He escapes in a pod. Who cares about everyone else inside the plane? That's sort of like the underlining current of the entire movie. And so in order not so much to get the president out, but to get this audio tape cassette that's supposed to be played at this conference, Hawk, played by Lee Van Cleef, who knows Snake Plissken very well from the war with Russia, decides to put this decorated war hero veteran into action by giving him a chance to wipe the slate clean, go in there, get the president, get the stuff that he needs for this conference. It's just trying to patch up and create a future between the United States and Russia and China, kind of thing. And if he can do this thing within a very set time period, and they do give him incentive to do it by injecting some poison into his neck that will sort of a little capless that will explode, busting out his arteries. So he's got some real incentive to fly in there stealth-like, land on the trade centers, and go in there stealth-like. And of course, he'll meet up with some of our favorite characters from the movie, be it Ernest Borgnine or Adrienne Barbeau, or even Harry Dean Stanton. Isaac Hayes plays the Duke of New York. He is sort of like the criminal warlord, and so it's sort of like a sci-fi dystopian adventure epic film, man, that is a real social commentary in light of Watergate scandal in the early 70s is when this was written. And of course, it comes out as Reagan is coming in, and but it's more, it doesn't matter, man, if it's left or right, man. Politics in general, the establishment in general, that's where we're freaking at as a society. It's so freaking screwed up. And there can't be a better metaphor with relevancy to us in our current state than Snake, the metaphor of Snake Plissken being this maybe on our forgotten conscience that used to dictate the pathway of this nation. Sort of gives the world one last chance by going in there and trying to get this president and get this audio tape set, get the stuff back out. And but what he's confronted with at the very end of the film allows him to make his statement, sort of his decision on where all of this ought to go, and that is right freaking, you know it, in a handbasket. And so it's a very, I guess I'm just gonna sort of leave it there. It's a very rich film in terms of social commentary and the metaphors utilized. And again, I don't think John Carpenter, I agree with Brick Ullman, who writes for Oh the Horror. I agree. I don't think he gets enough credit like Wes or Hooper for being very angry in his early filmography in terms of the issues that he had with society. And Escape from New York is a beautiful film to revisit, to consider, and to look at. Really deep. So many underlining messages in this movie. But on top of that, just the structure of the film and just the matte paintings that went involved in the quick dissolves and going from on location in St. Louis to whether you're at Staten Island or on set. The editing is masterful, and for one of those movies where the animation and things that sometimes just don't live up to the current day, I don't really find fault with anything in this movie. I mean, everything kind of jives. Maybe not on the same level, but it does jive, and it jives well. I mean, some of the animation, computer animation, and the thing is a little shaky, but you overlook that stuff because that movie's a freaking masterpiece. What's important here is what John Carpenter was trying to say, and we all know him, man. And I think we all probably share some DNA with him in terms of how we view things, our surroundings. But Kurt Russell, man, freaking awesome, bringing it to the freaking table, man. I'm trying to think real quick. I think I probably said enough. Freaking awesome movie. Can't believe it's never been done, but I've done it, and I love this freaking movie. I love my MGM home entertainment release of it. Eventually, I do need a 4K transfer of this movie because I got to see what it looks like. My upscale on my 4K player does make it look pretty good. But I do got to do that. I love this freaking movie. I freaking love John Carpenter. You can't go freaking wrong with this freaking movie. A lot of good extras on this particular release, but they're even better on the Scream Factory from what I've read. It's just awesome. This movie's freaking awesome. Word on BodyBags. Thank you so much for all your support, for watching, commenting, liking, subscribing. The BodyBag channel has been around for like 7 years now. There's well over 2,000 reviews. We're almost getting to that 400 weeks that we have been going. It is an amazing thing that BodyBags is even still here and still going. And much, if not all of that, is you for watching and just for taking the time to check us out. And of course, the plethora of characters that have had a hand in making BodyBags what BodyBags is. All the reviewers going all the way back to DJ Boy back in September 2nd, 2013, man. Kicking it off with Spider Babies. Freaking awesome, man. And here we are, man. Over 2,000 reviews later, I'm bringing up a movie never reviewed. How freaking awesome is that? freaking love you guys. Love the support. Love all that you do in terms of what you bring and the support. Just continue to keep trucking along with us. Next week is 88 films. I'm going to be looking at Killer Crocodile 2, I think, man. I'm looking forward to that. And it's going to be a great month with another great theme week at the end. And again, just thank you for all that you bring and allow us to continue to do this thing. Because without an audience, man, yeah. Anyways, we always end these things off with "Go Bills."
This is not a dream. Not a dream.